I've been really trying.
Are you not making the screen bigger?
Trying to hold back my feelings for so long. Chad, I hope you know we're recording.
You're the one doing all this singing. Are we ready to go?
We're ready to go, bro. What's happening?
Why don't you make the screen bigger?
I'm going to make the screen. God damn it, Chad. You the main person don't know about technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Fresh and Fit, all you earthlings and robots, all you beautiful people. We are back at it again with another episode. If you're wondering why we look the way we look, it's because we have a special guest who does not live anywhere near us. He is coming in from a distant land far, far away. We'll get into that in a second. James, I got to tell you one thing.
Recording in progress.
Did we not record anything up until that point?
We were recording right here, bro.
Okay, cool. Bruh, this angle, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't mind. I just want to say this. You can see my gray hair very, very well. I got one. You see it?
Do you know how annoying you are, bro?
I got right there. Right there.
Do you know how
I'm not saying
you are?
I'm disappointed. I'm anti-dye. But, you know, I think I needed to acknowledge it because if not, the whole episode, people be like, what the hell is in his beard? He dribble on himself? No.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very excited about today.
You sound it.
Because we have a special guest.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a CrossFitter.
We don't. We'll find out.
Well, he says he does CrossFit. You know what I'm saying?
I say he looks like he does CrossFit.
He looks good. He looks good. Good. You know what I'm saying? Looks like he's pretty in good shape. Probably better shape than both of us. But
he looks like a nice guy. I want to tell you right now. He looks like he's a nice guy. Matt, what's up, man?
Can you hear us?
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, so we just made a prediction before we let you in the chat, right? We just made a prediction. We're like, we don't know a lot about this guy, but he looks like he's a nice guy.
Looks like a nice guy.
He looks like a cool guy.
Yeah. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
As long as I look that way, nothing else matters.
Oh,
Facts.
man. Facts. Well, it kind of does, because, like, you can look good, and then people be like, and you can be a jerk. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that.
Of course, I'm only kidding. I get a little better lighting.
We don't kid on this show. We're very serious.
Yeah,
We don't
strictly all professional, very serious.
Definitely not, man. I mean, you watch the show with Lil Nasty. You saw us. We're definitely not professional at all, and we need some coaching and some counseling. But we figure, hey, no one else can bring you a better podcast on a better budget than us, on a cheaper budget than us. You know what I'm saying? So we here. We all about it.
Yeah. So
I love that I can see myself on the other screen too.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, cheaper budget. Nobody has a better budget.
It looks good though.
yeah,
Nice.
we try to create a situation where you'd be the most confused as possible as to where exactly to look.
All you have to do is look at the camera, bro. It's not that confusing.
This is our first time doing it this way, so this is a very special episode for many reasons.
What?
Yeah. It's our first time
Are you
doing
guys
this
on
way.
YouTube? I haven't.
Yeah, we're on
I haven't
YouTube.
checked that out.
Yeah,
Okay,
YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So,
Where you coming from? Where do you live at?
I live in Denver, Colorado. Right now, I'm in Newport, Rhode Island with my
Called
brother.
it. Colorado.
Yeah.
Man, it's like you do a lot of outdoor stuff, man. Like you out there just living in the elements, having fun. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you're into that stuff?
Yeah, I lived in New York City for 9 years, and it was just like it's work and drinking. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Okay.
I need nature.
Yeah. I'm cool on nature.
You spent some time in New York.
I did. I was in New York for a year. I liked it.
Where in New York?
I was in Manhattan.
Yeah, where in Manhattan?
Manhattan, 42nd Street, I believe. 42nd
Okay.
Street. Yeah.
Like right in the heart of it.
Right in the heart. Yeah. I was training some prince.
You were what?
Training some prince.
Some prince.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man. But
The downplay was so classic.
No, but like this is how it is. Like a lot of cats from Saudi Arabia say they're princes, but they're really not. You know what I'm saying? Like they're rich. They're super rich. Like no one's taking that from, but they're not like the actual princes. But they'll say that to get American girls. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, oh boy, Coming to America.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's like I'm a prince.
If he was humble about it.
Yeah. So those guys, but this guy's life was very much like Coming to America. Very much like it. Because, like, I would be very surprised if he wiped his own butt. Because if he got up there, put his jacket on him, they would do stuff. He had an entourage. It just was so much stuff. Like, I was like, wow, this is a lot. I think he had the whole floor of a condo. So, like, him, all his boys all stayed there. It was different. And then, like, he had, like, 3 different cars. You know what I'm saying? Had the trucks for when we went and did stuff. And then he had, like, his own, like, car. You know what I'm saying? And a parking spot in New York is, like, $300 just for a parking spot. So we had, like, four parking spots.
Damn. See, I don't know. I don't care how much money I make. I'm wiping my own ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's a dollar amount for me.
I mean, I really don't think he did.
Because I don't, it's not like I'm, like, after I get done taking a shit, like, now I gotta wipe. Like, no, I'm like, okay, that's part of the process.
There are some of those times where you just keep wiping and wiping and wiping, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Out of principle, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm going back to this later.
Hey, so are you a bidet guy? Would you use a bidet?
I was gonna say that. So I'm at my brother's right now. I actually got him a bidet to install for his birthday. Back in January.
Did he install it?
A word about it. I haven't seen it installed, so I don't think he liked it. But I've actually never done it. My ex's grandparents used to have one, like the pink porcelain bidet.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get myself to sit on that thing, knowing that they sat on it, just crusty and so I've never had a bidet.
Have you ever used one?
I've seen it, never used it.
Okay, so
I'd miss.
I've used a couple of them, like when I was in London, and then I used them when I was in Saudi too. But it's pretty.
Did your eyes roll to the back of your head?
No, it's not that deep. Like it's just like water. It's just like water hitting your hole. You know what I'm saying?
Is it like when you drop a major deuce and the water splashes? Is it kind of like that?
Kind of, but it's
more intentional.
More intentional. Yeah.
It's an intentional splash.
Oh, this episode is going to
already not going to be watched by my
down the crapper.
Yeah, I haven't had a bidet, but I've had a human bidet. And,
hello.
Whoa!
What's a human bidet? Oh.
Hey man, he's in Colorado. It's high.
Hey, I'm curious. So what are what's the situation like out there as far as with COVID and the new variant? Are you guys are people like side eyeing each other? Is it what's the vibe like out there right now?
I feel like we've been kind of in the middle. Like we're certainly not Florida, and they're just like we don't give a shit. But people have been trying to get open for a while, and everyone loves being outdoors there and that kind of thing. So it's like faster we can make that happen, the better. And kind of once the mask mandate was lifted, people were getting out.
Yeah,
no one cared. So
I think that's Ohio too.
I haven't heard anyone complaining too much about it or anything.
What kind of outdoors activities are you doing right now?
Me personally, I'm actually training for a triathlon.
Nice.
Which has been 12 days. So I've been doing a lot of swimming, a lot of running, a lot of biking.
What's the numbers like? What's the how much the distance of swimming, the bike? What's the distance?
Yeah. So this is an Olympic triathlon. So it's 1,500 meter swim, which is just under a mile, 25-mile bike, and a 10K run.
So which part of it are you not looking forward to the most?
Dude, the swim. I've swam about 12 times in training.
Yeah.
And it's been fun because, as far as learning a new sport, kind of that white belt mentality of like, wow, I get to learn something new. Rather than I think, years ago, I would have been like, this is too hard, this sucks. I get excited about these things to learn a new skill, but it's fun because it's exponential. Like the first day I swam 25 meters, and then the next day it was like 400 meters. It's like, okay, we're making quick progress. But open water swim is totally different than the pool. You can't see where you're going. There's people kicking you in the face, so I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah, I would think swimming is so like learning new things is cool, right? Like you learn when you learn in CrossFit or you learn other sports. There's risk of you getting hurt. When you learn how to swim, your risk of you dying. Right.
I was just gonna say the only reason why in a triathlon or the Ironman why the swimming is first is because if it wasn't, there'd be dead bodies out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It wouldn't be enough help to get all the dead bodies.
Right. It's a liability.
Yeah, the one comforting thing is that there will be like canoes on the side. So if I swallow water, start dying, I can grab one. But I'm doing it with some friends, and they're like, if you do that, like, I mean, I don't know the proper terms we can use on the podcast.
Are we cursing on here?
You're basically a little bitch if you go and grab the canoe. So
that's so funny.
Yeah,
this guy just called me a bitch earlier, but it's okay.
I don't even use that word, bro.
Liar. You know
I don't even use that word.
Filthy liar. But it's all good.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I have no desire to do a triathlon. I am starting to with Chad bikes. Chad likes to ride his bikes.
Actually, I'll be out in
Oregon,
what's today?
right?
Monday? Yeah, I leave a week from tomorrow for the Hood to Coast in Portland. And
what is that?
It's the Hood to Coast. It's a 199-mile run between 12 teammates. Yep, we're gonna be running down from Mount Hood down to the Pacific Ocean through mountains
nice.
and terrain.
All downhill.
All downhill. Well, there's some uphill. I think actually one of my legs is uphill.
That's good.
Like 6 miles.
That's
or
good.
Something crazy.
That's good. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
How do you split that up? Is it like 10 miles each?
It's about per person is somewhere between 15 and 17 miles, but that's split up into 3 legs.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you can stay fast.
Sure. I like your optimism. I need that right now.
Yeah. Come on, it's downhill. You just let gravity take you. Just pick up your feet.
Yeah, I think my legs are pretty uphill. I think I got some uphill parts. I'm not really looking forward to that.
So we were checking your bio out, man. I see that you're like a coach's coach, right? Like you help coaches, you help trainers develop and build their businesses and stuff. So what kind of made you want to do that? Because I see a lot of people who are successful, they don't give back. They don't try to reach out and get coaches and help people out. What made you want to do that?
Yeah, really, it just kind of comes down to constantly following my passion. So I was, if just feel free to ask questions and I'll stop and back up a step. But kind of the short version is I went to school for civil engineering. Got the graduate degree in that, and was a civil engineer for about 5 years. 3 years into that, when I was 25 years old, I was kind of having a quarter-life crisis. I was like, I don't want to do this forever. I was trying to get out somehow. I was like reading stock books. I was like, maybe I'll make an app, all this stuff, just to try and get out, which is obviously not the right mentality to have. But anyway, I rode my bike cross country in 2016. That was like, okay, I don't know where I found it, to be honest, but I started riding my bike little by little, and I was like, maybe I'll just ride it across the country. So in 2016, I did that, and it was from Coney Island, New York to Seaside, Oregon.
Okay.
It was 90 days, 5,000 miles, and at the end of it, this is like truly where you're like, it's the journey, not the destination. Where I was like, that was the best 90 days of my life. And now I'm going to go back to New York City and be an engineer and like work for the weekends and not love my life. So from the end of that trip, I was like, all right, it's this constant pursuit of daily happiness. I don't want Sunday scaries, Monday blues. I don't want hump days. I don't want Friday to be the best day of my week. Like I want to fucking love every day. Yeah. And I've always wanted to be a personal trainer. When I was in college, like that's not a real job. So but I started CrossFit, and they opened up a space for me to or to anyone. They were like, if any members, have a passion for coaching, want to get their CrossFit Level 1 certification, we'll mentor you to become a coach. So I did that. I was working part-time as a coach while I was an engineer. Then in 2017, decided I needed to move out of New York City and pursue personal training full-time. So moved out to Colorado, did that for a few years. As that was happening, I realized like I love fitness, all of it. I could talk about it forever, but I just don't love being a personal trainer. But what I do love is what I've been doing to build myself, my brand and build a business. And I'm a photographer as well. So, the importance.
Oh, that's why your Instagram pictures look so good. That's why your Instagram pictures look so good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Take them myself, or I taught my friends how to take some good photos.
I don't know what you're referring to me on this. Fuck. We're with you, man. We're with you.
trying to help each other out, you know? Yeah, shout out to my man Taylor Sleepford. We take each other's photos. We look nice, professional.
Yeah.
But it was kind of this building this brand thing that I just loved, and like, how do I charge more? How do I position myself as, the expert in my field? All this stuff, and started learning a lot about that. And I was trying to figure out, how do I niche down and how do I do this for myself? And as I was becoming a photographer, I was very much in the CrossFit space, and I wanted to be the CrossFit photographer of Colorado. And I was working my way there, and then COVID happened. And that was kind of like the switch where I was like, okay, I have no events, even coaching, fitness coaching, I can't do much of right now, which I would say I would change my tone on that. And I've learned a lot of stuff. But as I shifted out, I was like, all right, well, I don't love personal training, but I do love the branding and sales and marketing and all that stuff. So I was like, let me lean into that. So during COVID is kind of when I just went full force into business coaching, which ends up being life coaching, which ultimately is what I love about it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the longer story
I appreciate
of how I got here.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, because I think a lot of people that can inspire and teach a lot of people, like, hey, it's not like a straight path. Like, success is not a straight path. Like, you kind of go here, then you be like, then you go here. Because I think you kind of figure out, like, I think your purpose is within you, and you kind of know what you are and what you're about. And then, like, you find ways to express that purpose and help others. Like, everybody finds their way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, this is what I tell a lot of people too. And personal trainers, I'm hoping, no one's a personal trainer because they're in it for the money, right?
Yeah.
It's not typically why people start that. But people outside of personal training, when they're looking for their passion and I don't know what it is, I'm like, neither did I. But I just tried shit. Yeah. I rode my bike. Like, I tried to develop an app. I was into stocks, and then after riding a bike, I found CrossFit and became a personal trainer, and then I did photography, and now doing this business coaching. So it's like, just keep going, keep trying stuff. Because really, some people, their passion, they know it from day one, right? They're a little kid and they want to be an actor and whatever. But a lot of people that doesn't work for. So you got to go try stuff.
I totally agree with that.
I'm curious. I'm going to back it up just a little bit with this bike ride you did. I know several people who have done this where they're like, you know what, I need to do something different outside of myself. So when you decided to do this, the first question, did you take Route 20?
So I did the Trans-American Trail, which was developed by American Cycling Association. It was like it's the OG bike ride across the country. There's the Race Across America, which takes that route that I did. I followed it for like 80% about. And
then what did you do leading? Was it like I'm doing this tomorrow, or did you decide like, I'm gonna train for this? Like, what was your process leading up to that?
Yeah, so I think this is something cool that I've like learned now. Like nowadays, I would train less. Like even for this triathlon, I'm just like, yep, I'm signing up. I'm gonna do it. I'll figure it out. But I didn't know it used to be that way. But I think it's important. Everyone learns differently, right? But for me to answer your question for the bike trip, no, I was riding my bike to work in New York City. It's a 3-mile bike ride. But I was like, after work, I would do laps around Central Park. I would drive up the west side, cross the George Washington Bridge, and go to Jersey for like 30, 40 miles. Then one day I did 100 miles to my parents' house in Connecticut and back to the city in the same day. And I actually got to my mom and dad's place that afternoon. My mom loaded me up with a 12-pack of Shock Top bottles, strapped to the back, and I was like jingling the whole way back to New York City.
Nice.
But it was that slow lead up, and I was, I read all these blogs, I Googled everything, how to change a flat tire, how to change, an actual tire, how to change my chain, the lights, and the best seat to get, and all this stuff, the best bags, the best sleeping bags, every little thing I Googled. I tried to plan out up to 2 weeks, and I'd be on like Google Street View. I'd be like, all right, if I don't make it here, like, is there a good spot to sleep on the side of the street? And I'd be like scrolling through Google Streets, and it'd be like woods. But I really try to like figure everything out.
Yeah.
And then, Mike Tyson's quote, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it goes to shit almost immediately. I think the first 2 days went how I planned it, and then it's like, flat tires. I didn't make it to my destination. Whatever shit happens, and it's like you just figure it out. Like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I once heard a quote that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit! I just read that quote today at bakery.
Yeah. So I kind of agree with that. I really agree with that quote.
Sure.
Like I mean, like I feel that no matter what your life is, like I remember one time I got hurt and I was playing football and I was really upset because I'm like, dang, I broke my leg my senior year. I was supposed to be playing. Then I saw a young man who didn't have who had like really small legs, was in a wheelchair, and he was laughing, joking, having a good time, and just was enjoying his life. And I was like, here I am moping around, and I will walk again, I will run again, and this guy's happy and living his best life, and I'm acting all sad, and now, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about like how you respond, how your perspective, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that guy doesn't have bad days, but I learned from that guy, like, yo, tighten up, buttercup.
It's the realization that we've talked about this in earlier episode or recent episode. It's the realization that we're not really as in control as we think we are.
Not at all.
And Matt, like you were saying, James, I know you can attest to this also. You can train, you can bust your ass and think we've addressed every possible thing, and then boom, this other thing happens. How are you going to respond? You know, are you going to crumble, or are you gonna rise above? And so that's just how it is, man. And that's not just as it applies to fitness or sports.
Yeah.
Maybe especially those things, but definitely life.
Life.
I find that sports, like I grew up playing sports all the time. I found that a lot of what I've learned, my analogies are always sports related.
Right.
So that when I meet someone who's like, yeah, I didn't do sports.
But how do those people even function in
life?
They didn't play any sports.
I know they do. But like, yeah, it's like, man, you didn't. Gosh,
I mean, you didn't play basketball at
you
gym?
Didn't sweat at all.
Like, how do you survive as a kid? Matt, did you grow up playing sports?
Yeah, a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Baseball was my main sport.
Okay.
But played everything to some degree.
Okay. Yeah. And
I live. I mean, I live for sports. My good friend, he loves practicing. He loves CrossFit. He loves getting stronger. But like, he's like, why would he has no desire to play baseball. And I joined a baseball league 2 years ago because I'm like, I do CrossFit so I can play baseball. So right. I'm 31. Like, I'm not going to be this fast forever. I'm not going to be able to throw the ball as far as I can or hit home runs forever. So let me do it while I can, and I find it so much fun. Just get out and like be a kid again and have fun.
I would say you're already in an elite situation because 90% of baseball players who are now your age are playing in softball leagues.
With beer bellies.
Facts.
Dude, yeah. See, that's what I was doing, and I was like, this is so boring. And I'm left, I bat lefty, so I ground to second base, and I'd still beat the throw out.
Of course, yeah.
So, like, this is not even fun. So that's why I joined baseball. I'm like, I need a challenge again.
Yeah. But baseball is such a tough sport, man. It's like, if you hit the ball 30% of the time, you're a great hitter.
Yeah, right.
You're a good hitter.
Yeah, it's got the lowest chances of success being the highest tier.
But you know what though? Like,
that's what's so amazing about it.
But it's similar to football too, because I know I play outside linebacker, DN, and if you got one sack a game, you were the fucking man.
But
and so,
imagine,
and that's about. But hold on, that's about 30 to 40 pass rushes.
Well, I would compare it to like a field goal kicker. So imagine if you were 1 for 3. No, listen. Because you either make it or you miss it. As a batter, you're either hitting the ball or you're not. And even if you hit the ball, that doesn't mean that you're going to get on base.
I'm not making that comparison. I'm making a comparison as like difficulty. Like the difficulty in football is like trying to actually get a quarterback sack. And so it's difficulty in baseball, like trying to get a hit. Like that's difficult to do. So I'm saying it's similar in like degree of difficulty.
I've heard people say that, and Matt, maybe you can attest to this or speak on this, that hitting a major league pitch is arguably like the toughest thing to do in sports.
Can't run? You swim at all?
Used to. There was that's the thing that's kept me from doing a triathlon. But
yeah,
we do have some triathlons with kayaking instead of swimming, and so I'm I'm definitely game for one of those.
Oh, I would do that.
James would, but his legs are way too thick to get into a kayak.
No, they just would get tired from running.
Plus, this guy over here is always talking about he's going to buy a bike, but then he never buys a bike.
I have other priorities, bro.
Be that as it may, you can't do a triathlon without a bike.
All right, man. Matt, you got kids?
No.
Okay. You got kids?
Of the humankind?
Exactly. Once you get a kid, bro, especially like.
Are you making excuse? Are you blaming your child?
I'm blaming my daughter. I'm using the kid card. I'm using the kid card. I'm using the kid card because like certain hobbies I can't take up because I'm so busy with Marty.
James is the only person I know who's never lived a day in England, and yet he has a British baby.
She watches a lot of Peppy Pig. She watches a lot of Peppy Pig.
So she has this British accent.
So she has a little British accent.
Very stereotypical accent. I love it though.
I don't know why. I don't know how she picks that up. It's weird.
Matt, wearable devices. Are you a wearable? Okay, what are we rocking here?
I got a Garmin.
Garmin.
Which one?
It's like the Vivo Active 4, I think.
Gotcha.
What you got, Chad?
I got the Phoenix, the older model of the Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm out on wearable devices. I'm out on them. I used to like the.
I really wanted it for. I wanted something that I could check my like speed, like when I'm running. I want to watch my pace, and I do like the heart rate to see like do a lot of zone 2 training. So I'll run like long distance over an hour, try to keep my heart rate in zone 2. So I like it for that. I like the step counter to make sure I'm like, this morning I just went right into doing work. And it was like noon and I had like 500 steps. I'm like, well, I'm being a piece of shit. I should probably get up and do something. So I went for a walk. And I especially love it for golf.
Okay.
Oh, is that the newer one? Is that the newer one? I know they have a golf specific one. Is that the one? That what that one is?
No, not that one.
Okay.
But what you mean for golf? You can like track?
So Matt, maybe you mentioned it. I think it helps you with your. Does it help with the distance of the hole? Like if you're in the fairway?
So the golf one, I believe, will like tell you how good your swing is and stuff. I have no idea how that works. But yeah, for this, just distance to the hole, how far I hit it. But distance to the hole is the most important thing.
Okay.
I can see it would be funny if it was talking to you like you hit a bad shot and it's like, you shanked it again, asshole. It's like, I didn't pay for this.
Why would you?
Yeah, don't worry. I tell myself that already.
Yeah, you probably got friends that's over there clowning you anyway, talking smack.
While you're golfing.
Right.
While you're golfing,
man, look, I used to like playing golf, and then I realized that it wasn't relaxing.
It stressed you out?
Golf can be very relaxing. It can be very enjoyable, and it could be the complete opposite.
Wow.
Oh, see, so this is where I've been enjoying golf as I got older and getting more into the mindset of work and so Tiger Woods. He won't allow himself to take more than 5 steps until he forgets about a shot. So 5 steps, he can be upset if he wants. After the 6th step, he forgets about it and moves on. And that's the important thing, right? Like, that's a great life lesson. You can't stress about the path. The shit's over.
Yeah.
And it's just like you were talking about with responsibility, right? Your ability to respond to any situation.
Yeah.
So you can stand there, throw your club, and swear, but how's that going to set you up for the next shot? Just thinking about the last one.
Yeah, it'd be like in the first 5 steps, he cusses out his caddy, and then on the 6th step, when his caddy's about to respond, be like, hey, bro, that's over with.
It's over with. Oh, I would be so
yeah, it's over with, bro.
Yeah, but that's relevant too. Like when I played football, we started had this saying called "play the next play." Whether you made a big play or you got burnt by a wide receiver or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you always would play the next play. And that's so important. Like, and that's, again, another sport reference for life. Like, always play the next play. I heard Giannis say, if I focus on my past, I'm focused on my ego. But if I'm focused on future, I'm focused on legacy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he says it's all about ego. I'm focused on. So I understood that. I thought that was pretty clever for him to make that perspective.
Yeah, I think.
I think it's Nick Saban has the quote, and he was interviewed, and they're like, "How do you help your athletes like deal with the pressure of the situation during a comeback?" Or and he's like, "What pressure? It's not real. It's imagined."
Yeah.
Pressure's only imagined because you pick up a story about the situation you're in, where it's like, James, you said, if you just pay attention to the play, run your play, do your assignment.
Yeah, do your assignment.
It will all be good. But if you're like, oh fuck, we're down by 7, 10 seconds left, last play,
you're gonna mess up.
Then you're letting that get you stress out, and you don't play like you've been practicing.
Saban is a savage. Let me tell you, first of all, he's an Ohio native.
Is he?
Ohio has produced some juggernauts. We're in Ohio, but I
the home of Jake Paul.
Urban Meyer. There's a lot of other people. Anyway, so Saban, Belichick. It's funny. I think of those guys as obviously they're top of the class, and when they retire, they'll be known as two of the greatest of all time. They already are. It doesn't seem like they enjoy winning. Like they're just racking them up. Like they win a national championship, they win a Super Bowl, and next day it can never happen. Like that's not like we're trying to do it again.
Well, that's what keeps you successful, I guess.
But I wonder if
they enjoy it.
If it's worth it, as opposed to winning 1 or 2 and really enjoying it and relishing in it. What do you think?
I don't know.
I've never been in that situation. I haven't won a Super Bowl or 7.
Well, it's an interesting conversation where like we always want the next thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's super important to remain present as much as possible. You kind of have that quote about the past and the future, and I've heard one, and I might butcher this, but it's like if you're focused on the past, you're I forget what it is. Focus on the past, you're anxious or whatever. If you focus on the future, you're stressing yourself out. But if you focus on the present, then you're present, you're calm.
Right.
And I think that's like kind of what I said about my bike trip. I got to the end and it's like, okay, it's over now. Like now what?
Yeah.
Now what did I do? But when I look back on the bike trip, I mean, it was a beautiful moment when I got to the end. My family was there to celebrate me, and it was great. But it's like the whole journey was like that was the point. Right. To meet these people, to have these conversations, to go through that experience, not be at work and see what living life truly felt like. And that's, I always talk about that as the beginning of my story because that's what's gotten me where I am today. It just changed my perspective on everything. And like I said, like why go back to being an engineer when I'm working for the weekend? Like I can find a life where I love every single day. And so when Belichick gets his whatever fucking 7th Super Bowl, it's just another day. Yeah, he did it. It all paid off. Good. Now we have the next thing to do. And I don't know if I'm talking in circles, but it's like if you just keep going, like, you make $100,000. Every time someone makes a new monetary goal, right now I want 200,000.
Yeah.
Now I want 1 million.
Yeah. And
it never ends. Instead of looking back or even noticing how far you've come, like I do this all the time with my clients. Oh my God, this happened. I only did this. It's like, where the fuck were you 3 months ago? You couldn't have done this 3 months ago. We couldn't have the conversations we're having now 3 months ago. So don't forget to look back and see how far you've come. How amazing that's been as well.
Yeah,
I think that's great that you said that. As you talk, I think about Tom Brady. Like, I think Tom Brady is always like on the focus on the next thing, but I also think he enjoys it too. Like, I think he really enjoys like winning. Like, I think that's really important to him. Like, just to enjoy those moments. So I don't know, man. I was a part of 3 championship teams. We won our conference championship 3 times, and I think like that's cool, but it's not like, like earth shattering. But I really felt like we enjoyed those wins, we enjoyed those victories, even though we were still focused on the playoffs or whatever for next.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we work hard to have those moments of glory, but then you can't hang on them.
No, you can't.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the best part of those seasons? Those championships.
The best part of those seasons or championships, I tell people all the time, it's the main thing I miss is the camaraderie, the bus rides, the stuff like that. Like, I loved like playing the actual game of football, but like I love the brotherhood, the bonds it created. Like, going through, like, our coach, he was such a savage. He would cuss us out and then make us pray, right? So then, like, he was like such a savage dude.
There was you may be aware of this guy. I think you're familiar with the supplement BPN.
Yeah, I heard it.
Nick Bear?
Yeah, the dude is ridiculous. Like,
that guy.
I think he ran a sub 3 hour marathon a few months ago.
Yeah, and then I think before that he was, I don't know if this is for sure the first person to ever do it, but I think he squatted over 400 or 500 pounds in the same day that he ran a sub-5 mile.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, and he's not built. He's not built
like a runner. He's not built at all.
He's not built. He's built like, if anything, a sprinter. But he does. I mean, he's a long distance biker, runner. I mean, he does like
that's kind of the
everything.
thing now. He's like, this is what the human body can do. You
Yeah.
can lift a ton of weight and be fast.
It's
pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that guy. I think he takes more than BPN supplements, but it is what it is. It's not just BPN. It might be a little EPO, might be a little HGH. I don't know, but goddamn, like, come on, man. Come on, that's the one.
Come on, it's green and red.
Greens and reds. I hate when guys just like try to sell me that shit. Like, dude, I'm not buying it. I know the human body can do a lot, right? But it can also do more when you put a lot of shit in it. Put certain shit in it. I don't know if that meant. Disclaimer: I don't know if that means on any other external supplements. I'm just joking around, guys. Please.
Yeah.
The chances of him ever hearing this podcast are slim.
Bro, we're going to be famous.
I hear what you're saying.
Oh, well, now that I'm on it, he'll be
thank you, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, bro. Hey, man, let me first of all say this. Before I forget and while it's on my mind, I appreciate you guys reaching out to us. We one of the reasons why James and I wanted to create this platform, this podcast, is to give people in the fitness world a chance to, put their gifts and their talents out there and expose them. So we appreciate you, even though you're on the other side of the country. We appreciate you and we feel you, brother. Hey, and best of luck in your triathlon. Is that this weekend coming up?
That is 28th, so in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, good luck.
We'd love to hear how that went.
Yeah. So
don't grab the canoe.
What? Cause
No, definitely not.
Don't grab the canoe.
listen, man, if you're about to fucking drown, grab the canoe, bro. I don't care if your friends call you a little bitch or whatever. They love to call you a little bitch while you're still alive. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a great point. I've been able to put my ego away for a few years now, and I'd much rather be alive.
Yeah, rather be alive, dude. So if you know that, I don't care, bro. Like,
are you saying I want him to die?
I'm just saying, bro. Like, when I was recovering, I don't know about you, bro. I was recovering from COVID, and I was just struggling, like, to get my wind back and kind of like work out and stuff. Yeah. And I remember I was like, man, bro, if I gotta take a break, I gotta take a break. It is what it is. I just had to take a break sometimes. So do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, I can always backstroke, and just kind of float there. So
yeah, absolutely.
Doggy paddle.
Yeah. Well, man, thanks for joining us, man, so much, man. It means a lot to us. Hopefully we asked you some good questions and got you some good promo, man. We'll be able to get this out here. But our shows, we usually edit them and put them out within the next couple of days. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool, man.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's been a blast, and you guys are super fun to chat with. So I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll get a chance to get out there.
Come out there and work out with you, bro.
We always fist bump our guests, so we'll give you a virtual one, and I hope one day we're gonna do an in-person fist bump.
Yeah, we come through, bro, and you gotta train us. You gotta train, put us to a tough workout.
James and I will bring our bikes.
I'm not bringing a bike, bro.
We're gonna have to do all of it. Bike, swim, run, CrossFit.
We'll have to rent bikes.
You guys got good donut spots out there?
There's a few good donut spots for sure.
That's all I'm worried about.
What about the marijuana?
I mean, it's probably the best.
Why'd you say that? You said it like you were
marijuana.
Is it illegal in Ohio?
No.
Well, not quite said it like that. Yeah.
It's all good. Well, man, nice chatting with you, bro. Have a good day, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, thank you guys. Talk to you later.
Yep.